To increase your confidence and ability to communicate at a higher level, whether English is your native language or not, can be achieved by learning new words that have great relevance and meaning in improving your communication skills. My goal is to provide you with a few words each week, along with definitions, proper usage through examples, synonyms, antonyms, and variances of each of the words that will help you increase your confidence with knowing and using a larger variety of words while communicating with others. Also, make sure to watch until the end of this video for this week's language challenge question. This week's words are gullible, insipid, and jovial. The first word you can learn in about a minute is gullible. Gullible. A basic definition of gullible is to be easily deceived or fooled by information in a permissive and obedient manner that may be considered foolish or stupid. Examples of gullible as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. There are many people who are gullible to act on information and stories that they hear through social media before verifying what really happened through reliable sources. High school students are not gullible by fault, but by out of lacking the experience to know the consequences of making decisions that will affect our future. The politicians spoke to the motivated crowd knowing they were gullible to suggestion and influence by manipulating the true facts. There are many synonyms or similar words for gullible. Some of these synonyms are naive, innocent, impressionable, brainless, obedient, and trusting. There are also many antonyms or opposites for gullible. Some of these antonyms are suspicious, wise, smart, resistant, knowing, and impervious. Other word forms from gullible are gullibly and gullibility. When gullibly, an adverb, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. It appears that many people gullibly do what they're told without thinking the situation through in a rational and thoughtful way. She was laughing so hard at her friend who gullibly fell for the joke that she spilled the drink all over herself. When gullibility, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. It is very upsetting to hear that the email scam was actually working to take advantage of the ignorance and gullibility of people who are in need of money. The gullibility of people in need often are easily misled into doing something they should know is wrong and will lead to nothing good. The second word to learn this week is insipid. Insipid. A basic definition of insipid is something that is lacking the qualities that challenge or are interesting and stimulating. Insipid is also something lacking in taste or flavor and not appealing when it comes to food. Examples of insipid as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. The food looked so tasty in the pictures, but in reality was insipid without the correct ingredients to give it any real flavor. His essay was rather insipid due to the use of too many disconnected details and thoughts instead of providing specific examples of what he was really trying to say. Some people find certain foods to be insipid without ever having tried them. There are many synonyms or similar words for insipid. Some of these synonyms are boring, stale, uninspired, tasteless, insignificant, and unappealing. There are also many antonyms or opposites for insipid. Some of these antonyms are interesting, exhilarating, tasty, engaging, impressive, and original. Other word forms from insipid are insipidly, insipidity, and insipidness. When insipidly, an adverb, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The dancers moved about insipidly through the performance as if they were bored and tired. The overrated restaurant tended to overcook their meals that made it insipidly inspiring to not come back. When insipidity, also a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. Are you constantly reminded of the insipidity of what is going on in the world today? The much talked about news show was filled with such insipidity, I had to stop watching it. When insipidness, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The insipidness of the artwork did not help the artist sell one painting at the show. Such insipidness should be ignored out of principle due to the lack of enthusiasm for creating something that should inspire people. The third word to learn this week is jovial. Jovial. A basic definition of jovial is to be good-humored, cheerful, and outgoing. Examples of jovial as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. No matter what his mood was, he always appeared jovial when meeting new people. It's always best to be around jovial people to help increase your positive energy and boost your mood. The conference was usually dull and boring, but this year it seemed to be more jovial by adding more comedy and lighthearted topics to the agenda. There are many synonyms or similar words for jovial. Some of these synonyms are jolly, cheerful, friendly, outgoing, passionate, and enthusiastic. There are also many antonyms or opposites for jovial. Some of these antonyms are miserable, unpleasant, grumpy, unfriendly, apathetic, and uptight. Other word forms from jovial are jovially and two nouns of joviality and jovialness. When jovially, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. She began to laugh jovially at the wonderful news of being hired for the position she dreamed of obtaining for so long. We jovially enjoyed the meal together without having to worry about being too loud. When joviality, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. It seemed awkward that we were still discussing such a horrible topic amidst the joviality of the event. She was trying very hard to hide her true feelings with joviality and laughter that it just wasn't believable. When jovialness, also a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. She loved seeing her children play with such love and jovialness with the new puppy. He never could tell his friends and family his true appreciation for their support, in spite of his positive outlook and jovialness that was his true nature. To combine all three words, gullible, insipid, and jovial, into one sentence sounds like this. The organizers of the event hoped that the gullible people could be taken advantage of with a jovial and lighthearted approach, that they would ignore the insipid food that was provided for free. To improve on your correct use of any new words, make sure to use them in conversation as soon and as often as possible. If you found this video to be helpful, please give it a jovial thumbs up to show your support and share it with your friends so you have someone to practice with while increasing your vocabulary and your communication skills. Here's this week's language challenge question. Which word in the English language becomes shorter when it's lengthened? Post your answer in the comments below. And remember that my goal is that your success is the goal. I'll see you online soon.